This is a direct video response to Mr. Got That Funk. How you doing, buddy? He just recently made a video to me in regards to a comment that I had made on a video to him, and I'll spare you all the rigmarole. Basically, Got That Funk has said that he's never had to get violent with anybody in his life. He's never had to raise his fist to somebody in violence. And at the same first of all, I have to say that that's superb and commendable. I mean, I don't know if there's a word that's awesome enough to tell you how awesome that is. So that should be seen as an inspiration to people that you can get through life. And like you said, you can take your lumps for things that you've done, messing around with the guy's girlfriend and whatnot. But and you also mentioned that you had 2 wives that hit you pretty good. And I've been married for a long time. My wife and I have never physically gotten violent, but a previous girlfriend, one girlfriend in my life, got violent with me physically, and restraining her to keep my face arranged the way it is now, even though it's not the prettiest thing ever, took a lot of strength and force. I don't want to get into it a whole lot because it's not really a situation I'm proud of, but I didn't punch or kick or hit, but just grabbing a hold of wrists to keep her fingernails from scratching my face off was hard enough, let me tell you. I'm the little guy, but if you've ever... The woman scorned thing is no joke, guys. And we have 2 little parts of us that if a knee or a foot gets anywhere near, it's over. We've already lost. So it's kind of hard to think about all these things when somebody is coming at you and, like you said, seeing red. So it's hard to defend yourself against something like that. But never would I raise a fist in violence to a woman. Now, there have been incidences in my life that I'm definitely not proud of at all. Things that I've done, and honestly, I've seen red twice, like you mentioned, seeing red. That's I thought it was a myth all growing up, my childhood. I heard people say that, and I thought it was this big joke or a metaphor for something. But nah, you really do. When you hit that point and you hit it, you know it. It's just like the whole world blanks out, and you're focused on one thing and nothing else, and everything else around it is red. And it's not an event I wish, even on my worst enemy. It's just not. You lose control of yourself, and when you reach the point where you hold somebody's life in your hands, it changes you. You don't like it. I don't even really want to talk about it, to tell you the truth. It's just not something I'm proud of. So I want to get to addressing your video more. You said at the end of my comment, I said, quote, I wasn't always a Christian, and I didn't mean. I think you took that the wrong way, because I didn't mean that only atheists can beat people up or non-Christians can beat people up. Of course, there are Christian people out there that. I mean, we're not different. We're not. Being a Christian doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't make me physically different today than I was yesterday. If I'm a Christian and I'm a smoker before I'm a Christian, as soon as I'm a Christian, I'm not automatically a non-smoker. I mean, if I was a violent person before I was a Christian, I'm probably going to be a violent person afterward. Except that in my heart and in my mind, I remember that I no longer represent me. That if I get to the point where I'm beating somebody within an inch of their life, as a Christian, I am representing Christ. And I will be held accountable for that. Even if the law here or, my own conscience doesn't hold me accountable, I'm going to be held accountable. And I think that's what made the difference to me. I only say, I say that because I wouldn't do any of those things now. Because I know I'm going to be held to account, and now I know that I represent something bigger than me, something eternal, something timeless, something I'm a flea on this dog's back. I'm practically insignificant to God, and the fact that my God still says that He loves me, that's powerful. That's something you have to remember. Is my life changed because of this? Now, am I saying that you can't change on your own? No, absolutely not. You can change on your own. You can go from being a violent person to being a non-violent person. You can make that physical commitment that you've made, that commitment to never raising your fist in violence. And like I said, that's a very, very, very commendable stance to take, and I think people should be inspired by it. So don't let me diminish that in any way. I'm just saying that it has helped me. See, being a Christian is less about this life and more about the next. My time here is finite, it's short. So what I do here is going to be insignificant compared to the eternity of my soul. So this life only changes in the fact that I'm going to try to change other people's lives in the name of Jesus Christ. And I'm not going to try to change them by rearranging their face. If you see what I mean. I just want to be a good representative of the being of the heart that came and changed me. Because it did it out of love. And I want to represent that to other people. And I can't do that raising a fist to people. Would I have changed anyways? Probably. Probably because time, they say, the older you get, the wiser you get. It's almost a natural thing. And I know a lot of people that used to like to go get in bar fights when we were 21 years old, and now that we're pushing 35, that's a whole nother life. So, yes, I probably would have changed anyways. But there could be that day, like you said, where you're just in a wrong situation or at the wrong place at the wrong time, and the wrong guy comes up to you for the wrong reasons, and I'll see red again. But at the same, I will be held responsible for how I act in that situation. Like I said, if not by the law, by my God. So that's all I meant. I did not mean to offend you. It seemed that you wanted to respectfully disagree, and that's fine, and we can, but I just think maybe I was misunderstood more than anything. So, and before I forget, you also mentioned in your video that some of the things that Jesus said are timeless and are good philosophically. And I'm wondering how a guy that lived 2,000 years ago could set moral standards that are timeless, that still teach people today, even if they don't like him very much. Now, to me, that would be some kind of divine inspiration. Take it for what you will. I'm not your judge. I'm not going to tell you what to think, but to me, Jesus is right, because he can't be wrong. When you're the Son of God, how could you be wrong? To my subscribers, my viewers, please check out Got That Funk, linking him right here. He's got 10 times the subscribers I have, so he needs no help from me, obviously. But at the same time, if you don't know him, I promise you, if you like me, you'll love him. Take care, guys, and remember that true peace begins with how we treat our children. And don't ever, ever let me catch you raising a fist to your children. Peace out.